Now, last go-round, we established that these numbers are pretty interesting with regards to their ratios, and it can be thrown off a bit by what the percentages are. So Q1 2020, with the coronavirus quarantine and all this other stuff, total hours watched in 2020. Here's the percentages of hours watched versus the percentages of hours streamed, and when we ran the raw numbers in Excel, we wound up getting some ratios here. And for that, we're going to have to do this and bring it over to Browser plus Excel and bring Excel back into this. So here's what we had from, here's the numbers from Mixer's golden moment. When we talked about how Mixer has growth potential, not the best growth potential, certainly probably not what Microsoft wants. If people can't let go of their copyrighted music and they want to go to the platform that might stay under the radar for a bit longer, assuming the RIAA isn't going after Mixer now, it's as they work on this crawler technology with their business partners that they showed up on Twitch with. Again, I can't believe I watched yet another video today from the Heller Nash crowd about what went on with the DMCAs, and they're still not talking about how Twitch went parading around with their music and performing arts section during the quarantine and the lockdown. So, is anybody else going to take note of that and mention the possibility that if you parade about music and performing arts, you might catch the attention of rights holder groups like the RIAA? When is anybody else going to mention that? So here are the numbers from our simulation of what would happen if tons of big talent from Twitch went over to Mixer. The hours watched would still not even touch Facebook. They'd be hundreds away, with tons of big streamers, many of these names you probably recognize, going over there. We assumed a nightmare situation for Twitch of hardcore fans watching 8 hours a day if they stream 8 hours a day. Times, in a month and a quarter, and, converting it over to millions to match the UOM that was used in these quarterlies from Streamlabs and StreamHatchet. So, here's what we have. Facebook is what matters here, though. We talked about Mixer, and we talked about how even if Mixer got all that big talent, they'd still be the smallest streaming platform. They're that far behind the 8-ball on things. But what matters in tonight's discussion is Facebook. Facebook has the best watch versus stream ratio. If you want to grow a stream, Facebook is the place to do it. But I'm pretty skeptical about all of this. Now, if this is working the way I think it's going to work, popping my notes will not show them up in the stream. Yep, it works. I don't need to see those pie charts. It's not important. You can see them and look over my numbers directly. So the big thing that matters here, and actually since we clicked away, we lost our thing here. So let's actually draw a box around, let's draw a big box around Facebook. We can highlight it, but I think that might be a bit too much. So Facebook has this single best watch to stream ratio out of all 4 of the major platforms, including Mixer. It is being very highly aggressively marketed. If you use Facebook at all, you've probably seen something show up in your feed saying, hey, look at this streamer. And the one for me that started everything, what's up, ISO Leaf? About time some folks showed up in the chat here. We're talking Facebook and of course, the growth of Facebook gaming tonight on the show. So, anyways, interesting stream. Just need to watch the broadcast as just at work at the moment. Well, this will go to YouTube as well afterwards. And this is way more YouTubeable. It's also the reason why alerts are actually silenced right now. And actually, I need to bring the alerts over to this template. Well, let's get to our discussion here with regards to Facebook gaming. Now, Facebook is incredible right now because they're very aggressively marketing their platform. And I think a lot of this might have to do with Facebook being an embattled social media platform on many fronts in the first place. Wait, what are you talking about, Jay? Facebook is very successful. They are a huge platform with tons of users. Yeah, but Facebook has a huge brand problem right now. What is Facebook even all about? I could probably do a survey of several people, of groups and groups of people, ask them, what do you think of when you think of Facebook? And probably get all kinds of answers. You could talk the UI, the blue social media platform where people post updates on their life, pictures, memes, sometimes misinformation. You could talk about the privacy the privacy problems at Facebook, where over and over again, over the years, I have seen Facebook release a new feature and related to privacy, and the settings were always set to the lowest by default. So the privacy risks. We could talk about Facebook and their use of machine learning to serve ads and take people's personal info and aggregate it to try and serve advertising, and whether or not that's ethical or not, and whether or not companies should even be allowed to do that. Or we can talk Mark Zuckerberg and whether or not he should continue being the face of Facebook, or even the guy in charge. But the bottom line is, Facebook has a pretty big brand problem. Nobody really knows what Facebook is about. Facebook is just Facebook. And this is nothing new at all. If you look at Facebook's history, particularly in 2005 when I got involved, Facebook started out as a college yearbook site. Who remembers that? Older millennials, raise your hand or whatever. Those of you who remember what Facebook started as, see, I still have buried in my emails somewhere a message from the Facebook, the original name of the platform, and it was an online college yearbook where you could keep in touch with people after you graduated college. That's what it started as. It morphed into what it is today by the time that the 2010s were rolling around. And now in the 2020s, what exactly is Facebook? There is no real solid answer. It can be all kinds of things to all kinds of people. So in this position, Facebook is actually working on basically getting into the gaming streaming scene. And one of the earliest streamers that I saw get mentioned was somebody you may have heard of, because she's also involved somewhere else. If you know who Ronda Rousey is, she was the first Facebook streamer mentioned to me. Come watch Ronda Rousey play World of Warcraft. And I was like, Ronda Rousey plays World of Warcraft? The WWE UFC fighter? She plays WoW? Then again, there have been some other surprises over the years. Like Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse, the death metal band, actually talked about World of Warcraft Burning Crusade at one point. He was annoyed about farming motes of air or something like that. And people were joking about, Corpse Grinder plays WoW. And then again, there were some celebrity spot ads for World of Warcraft back then, like the Mr. T ad, the William Shatner ad, and some other ads, people that play WoW with the What's Your Game marketing campaign and stuff like that. But yeah, Ronda Rousey streaming World of Warcraft on Facebook. That was a combination that I never thought would go together until I received the publicity material in my Facebook feed. And Facebook has actually been introducing me to more and more streamers as I scroll through my own feeds every single day. And that is actually a very good content strategy. That is actually an extremely good content strategy, because that's how people browse Facebook. It's just like Twitter. Nobody deliberately looks at your Facebook page or your Twitter page looking for updates. It's just they got nothing better to do. Do I have a phone nearby? I don't want to unhook it. It's charging. They take their phone, like my invisible phone right here, and they're just like, oh, I'm bored. Let's see what's in the feeds. Oh, look, so-and-so is playing World of Warcraft. So that's the thing. And that's when the discussion becomes about the algorithms and whether the algorithms actually show your post when people are scrolling. And also on computer as well, put it on the big screen, check the scroll mindlessly through social media while getting ready to go to work or something like that. But that's the way people consume the content, quite frankly. And that's where the algorithm questions regarding Facebook come into play here. So when it comes to all of this, Facebook has been very aggressively marketing Facebook gaming. But I have my issues with it. It's promising. The watched versus stream is the best out of all the major platforms right now. If you want to grow a stream, Facebook's the place to do it by leaps and bounds. It's just a matter of what it takes to get in people's feeds and how these creators that are doing the sponsored posts are actually sending everything over that they get into your feeds. See, Facebook has a few things in common with YouTube. Facebook and YouTube both have some level of algorithms that can get in the way of the human interaction on these platforms. That's why so many YouTubers are upset about the algorithms, and they keep talking about the algorithms to the point where I have a computer background. I know what algorithms are, but I hear more about algorithms from disgruntled YouTubers than actual computer people. That's how much algorithms have become a problem on YouTube in recent years. When you do everything right and you get no views, and you have to wonder, are the algorithms not promoting my material, or did yet another incident happen where my video isn't going out to subscribers as feeds, as happens on a regular basis? The most recent one was just a couple of days ago. When you've had enough technical problems that starts to happen, that's when you start wondering if there might be too many algorithms. And Facebook is kind of the second place competitor. I've seen them do stuff that I'm like, oh, that looks like something YouTube does, but then it's not as well developed. Like when I watch on Facebook, I see a 40-second video get a 20-second unskippable mid-roll ad or something, you know, or maybe they get an ad that's longer than the video. Stuff that shows that Facebook systems are cruder. But that's the big thing. What matters is, what does it take to get into people's feeds so when they're scrolling, they'll see, oh, look, MultimediaJay is playing ESO, or Ronda Rousey's playing World of Warcraft, or all those guys I've been seeing streaming recently are playing that truck simulator, whatever it is. So, all right, I think that's all we need to see with Excel here. These are the numbers from the Mixer's Golden Moment crunching that we did earlier, most importantly showing the ratios between watched versus streamed. The higher this number is, the more people there are watching for more hours versus the number of people streaming. So the higher your odds of getting discovered. That's why Mixer is pretty much in the doldrums right now. Twitch isn't doing so hot either. YouTube streaming is actually, and I can vouch for YouTube streaming because I have gotten bigger concurrent viewers on YouTube than I've gotten on Twitch. And none of them, by the way, are from my actual upload audience. I have yet to see anybody who watches my tech videos or whatever ever tune into a stream. Then again, I've only did it once. So, but yeah, but YouTube has some organizational issues and disciplinary issues that make YouTube streaming inherently problematic, such as the live environment and the upload environment. The disciplinary systems are linked together. So if you get a community guidelines strike for any reason on any part of the platform, you can't stream. So it gets disabled until YouTube starts treating its platform as two platforms and people can take the streaming part of YouTube on its own merit. People are not going to be interested in streaming on YouTube unless they're already getting bigger numbers than on other platforms. And I know there's multi-streamers like Megan Yeah who get their biggest numbers on YouTube. With her, I usually see like hundreds on YouTube and then like 50 to 100 on Twitch and Mixer, something like that. That's usually what the split is. And I think she uses DLive as well. So that's it for Excel. Let's go browser only here. And let's blow this sucker up to full screen and let's continue our discussion here with the other stuff that's in here. So here we are. Total hours watched in Q1 2020 versus total hours streamed. Even when we look at the percents, this is a smaller piece of the pie and this is bigger. Now, YouTube gaming looks more interesting because they go from 8 to 22 versus 3 to 11. But when you get past the percents and go down to the raw numbers, Facebook smokes the ever-living crap out of YouTube gaming in terms of viewing hours versus streaming hours. And that's the big thing that matters here. So if you want to be new to a market and whatnot, if you want to be new and you want there to be people to watch you, your best odds by far are on Facebook. And this brings me to this article, which we can now go and add to. This is from Wired. Facebook gaming is here, but who is it for? The social giants. This is from April 20th, 2020. Okay, recent. The social giant's latest standalone app doesn't offer enough for either casual gamers or esports steaming fans. I believe you mean streaming fans, whoever wrote this. For years, the words Facebook and gaming were more likely to evoke memories of an aunt's dusty words with friends invitation than anything else. And for years, Facebook has been on a journey to change or at least broaden its stodgy reputation among gamers, young and old, with its game streaming platform, virtual reality technology, and push into cloud gaming. So here's the thing. Facebook and gaming to me means things like Farmville. There used to be a genre of goofball, Zynga, and other games that you would only play on Facebook. You would never play these anywhere else. There might be a little bit of crossover with mobile, such as Angry Birds, but for the most part, Facebook gaming for me is games like Farmville, goofball little social games that piggybacked off of Facebook's social features. So Facebook gaming, they have an app and they have other stuff and things like that. But I'm actually going to add this to the Twitter spree. You can read the article on your own a little later on if that's what you want to do or something like that. Let's go back to the Twitter spree here and let's add this. We can bring this back to normal size text. Thank you very much. Let's see here. I just hope that the reference to the COVID updates doesn't get me demonetized when this goes to YouTube. So here is the add this to the Twitter spree for tonight. The Wired article on Facebook gaming is here, but who is it for? Well, let's get that answer right now. I like this format, but that's because I've always been very partial to gaming or to gradients and this kind of medium blue, this cool blue thing and stuff like that. So I had an old website from before all this social media stuff became a thing that made extremely heavy use of medium blue gradients like this. It's also part of the reason why if you look at the stuff that the marketers would call branding material, I'm usually doing something with blue gradients or blue in general on all of my platforms. I am totally Mr. Blue Team. Okay, so here's where we start to see some of the problems with Facebook and their level up program and things along those lines. So the Level Up program, designed to give emerging creators information and tools to help jumpstart their live streaming communities on Facebook and potentially earn money for their work. Of course, Facebook does what YouTube does. They'll probably eventually have CPMs and an advertising platform. They're certainly collecting the data to do that. That's why they got parodied in GTA with the whole Life Invader thing. So here's where I go my separate ways with Facebook on the technology side of what it is that they do for Facebook gaming. If you've been streaming games on Facebook already, you may be eligible to apply for our Facebook Gaming Creator Level Up program. Get access to customized support on Facebook, high-quality premium transcoding, access to 1080p 60, and my highlight is blue, which makes it nearly the same color as the website. Thanks, Facebook. Unlock Facebook Stars so your fans can support you. I think that's their bits system. So limited access to beta products and features and invite to community group with other members. How to apply, create a gaming video creator page. Excuse me. Does it have to be gaming video creator though? If I create a page, MultimediaJay, and I call myself a content creator, live streamer, would I still be eligible? Or do I have to specifically say that I'm a gaming video creator? Stream gaming content with game tag for at least 4 hours of the prior 14 days. Note, only tag a game if you're going to be playing that game or your level up eligibility may be significantly impacted. It's funny they mention this because I've seen some streams on the off platforms, as it were, such as Mixer and whatnot. I've actually seen some streams on the off platforms, so to speak, as some folks might call them, where they didn't have their tags in line and they were playing a different game than what they said they were playing. Stream gaming content for at least 2 days in the prior 14 days. Have at least 100 followers. Page needs to have been active for at least 14 days, and the admin must be 18 or older. Let's see here. Make sure that you continue to follow our community and partner monetization policies that are listed here to qualify for the program. There's community standards and there's partner monetization guidelines or policies. Violating any of these guidelines and standards could result in being removed from the Level Up program. Let's pop those open. Or do you need to sign into Facebook for that, which I'm not? Different logon. So, yeah. Oh, okay. So some things due to the pandemic and stuff. No dark mode. Man, I'm really benefiting from the sunglasses now. Authenticity. We want to make sure that content is authentic. Makes better environment for sharing. We don't want people using Facebook to misrepresent who they are or what they're doing. Safety. Don't threaten people. That's a thing in corporate America, too. It's grounds for instant termination under a workplace violence policy. Or has the potential to intimidate, exclude, or silence others. It isn't allowed on Facebook. Privacy. Protect personal privacy. Okay, Facebook. Well, then again, a lot of the big events that happened where new privacy features rolled out and they weren't they defaulted to the lowest setting was years ago. So maybe the company has changed. We can't be dragging them through the mud forever because of mistakes they made 7, 8, or whatever years ago. Dignity. We believe that all people are equal in dignity and rights. We believe that people respect the dignity of others and not harass and degrade others. So they can report stuff, things along those lines. And there's another section for violence and criminal behavior. Safety, objectionable content, respecting intellectual property, which is copyright, content-related requests, and additional information. Monetization. What are we playing with here? In order for publishers and creators to make money from their Facebook content, they must comply with a set of rules called monetization policies. These rules apply to behaviors, pages, and payments. There's a separate set of policies specifically for monetized content. These content monetization policies can be explored in the Learn More section below. Follow community standards, follow content monetization, must be authentic, original content, monetize authentic engagement, so don't game your numbers, payment terms, page terms, develop an established presence, follow our rules for politicians and governments, which I'm not. But if say Joe Biden wanted to stream Candy Crush or something, he'd probably have special rules or something. Only connect to entities that follow our policies. So this is the wild card here, so you got to watch what you link. This might be inspired by some of the laws that the EU's been throwing around recently, which, yeah, are pretty draconian. But if you respect democracy, you respect other countries' decisions to sovereignly decide how they want their marketplace to work. That's one of the problems, especially with American exceptionalism, where we think everybody that we democratize around the world is going to become like the USA. But that's a comparative politics discussion, way outside the scope of what we're talking about with Facebook. So, monetize, COVID resources, etc. I'm going to put all of these, now that we've talked about them, I'm going to put all of these in the Twitter spree. Let's go add them. Let's see here. Put this in here for the Facebook Gaming Level Up program, and it's Obsession with Blue. I think we're done with the pie charts for the night. We're done with this for the night. We'll keep that open for now. Facebook's community standards, we'll add that as well to the Twitter spree. And then, oh, there's no preview for these. I guess there must not be a graphical thing or something. Let's also add in, of course, the partner monetization for further reference. That doesn't have a graphic. That doesn't have a graphic either. So, anyways, going back to the program in general, as well as what it is. So here is where I have some problems here. How do I get 1080 60 working? Here, oh, okay, and they match Twitch with the 6 megabyte, the 6 megabit limit. Given that I haven't really seen great content on content quality in terms of video quality on Facebook, getting all these platforms mixed up, man. Given what's going on like that, it's probably good that they're limiting it, because Facebook video hasn't been all that great. I've tried sharing a few gaming clips with family and friends on Facebook, and I've never been impressed with how they look. But I've done some research and some digging regarding all of this. And what I found out is that you need to be in this level up program to even do 1080 60 in the first place. So again, going back to the discussion on transcoding, YouTube smokes the living daylights out of every other competing platform when it comes to transcoding. So if I actually bring over my current stream right now, settings, quality, so I still do not have transcoding on my stream. It is 1080 only. There is no transcoding to everything else. And if I went over, let's just put this back over here. If I went over to YouTube, we've shown on this show before that there are streamers who barely have any viewers, that haven't been streaming very long, that start with full transcoding because everything on YouTube has transcoding. So again, this thing with transcoding, and I've actually sent this over as a killer clip to my YouTube channel. Let's actually see how it's doing. YouTube.com/MultimediaJay. How's that doing? We'll go behind the scenes too. YouTube Studio. We'll go behind the scenes to get the big views and stuff like that. Under videos. Oh, okay. So OBS can do the live audio. It's got 6 views now. Ooh. Yeah. All right. So if we head over to this, the problem with transcoding, this actually sounds kind of technical. So it's gotten 23 views and 4 likes, but these numbers are crap compared to what my tech videos used to get. Just part of the continued decline of everything as more and more technical and discoverability problems have crept into YouTube, even at the very same time that these people have been talking about this stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, the Level Up program. You start out, if you stream on Facebook, you start out 720/30. So you start out looking like garbage. And the only way to get to 1080/60 is to eventually join this partner program. So how does that not create some kind of barriers to entry because of this? How does that, when you can look better on literally every other platform other than Facebook, why would you go in with 720/30 and have to get the equivalent of affiliate partner for 1080/60 when Twitch can start you out with that? You just won't have transcoding, and YouTube will start you out with full transcoding. Why? I realize that Facebook is rapidly adopting this technology, but I consider that a barrier to entry. And getting back to the discussion we had in Excel, probably should open it back up. Getting back to the discussion that we had in Excel, let's do that. Let's get this back on screen here and switch back over. Mixer's golden moments. We showed the numbers. We've shown the numbers here. So here's Excel. And is Excel over the top of the browser so we can just blow it up? Let's see here. Nope, it's still the same size no matter what. I probably have to do this with it. Yes, I do. So, streamer revolt. Here's the thing. Facebook has a wonderful number for watched versus stream. Matter of fact, make this even bigger. Let's just go, yeah, let's do this. There we go. Make it nice and big. So all those people tuning in who wear glasses don't need their glasses. Facebook, wonderful number of watch stream ratio. But the question is, why? One of the things when you do analytics, or you do anything with numbers, one of the pitfalls of working with numbers like this is that numbers are useless and arcane out in the ether, so to speak, if you don't know what's involved in them. This is actually something that I've been thinking about quite a bit recently. Classic example, manufacturing. You're trying to develop what do I want to say here? You're trying to develop productivity standards for a manufacturing facility. How to judge who's doing their job and who's doing their job better. Your numbers are never going to matter as much as what's in them. Oh, okay. You have a superstar on your team that can manufacture 120 widgets an hour. What goes into that 120 widgets an hour? Are they working unsafe? Are they cutting corners? Is there some shortcut they're taking that might affect your product's quality? Or have they found a better way of doing things that needs to be rolled out to the rest of the team so everybody can benefit from this good idea after you vet it and you test it? That's part of the issue here. So Facebook has a wonderful ratio of watch hours versus stream hours, but why is it that high? Is it because Facebook is a growing platform? It's aggressively trying to market itself? Or could there be technical issues behind the scenes, like what's going on with transcoding? Why on earth should you start streaming on Facebook if you can work your way towards transcoding on Twitch? You're not going to have it, so you're going to be handicapped at streaming 1080/60 with no transcoding. Or better yet, start on YouTube, where you will start with transcoding. You build your audience, and then mention, you know what, I think I want to give Facebook, Twitch, and Mixer a try. Here's what I'm going to be streaming over there on these days. Or maybe you get trolled to the point of getting a community guidelines strike, and you're thrown off the streaming part of YouTube, and you have to tell your audience, I'm going somewhere else. So probably the best streaming platform to start with in terms of people plus technology is YouTube, despite their much smaller watch to stream number versus Facebook. But in terms of the numbers alone, without factoring in technology, Facebook is the clear winner here. And we have to ask ourselves why. And is this technical issue of not getting proper transcoding until you get into the equivalent of their partner program part of the reason why that's happening? So, and if you get kicked out of the partner program, why should you stay on Facebook? This thing's squeaking a bit. Well, whatever that was, weird making weird noises and stuff. If you get kicked out of the Level Up program, you lose your transcoding, and are you stuck with 72030? So this could be the reason why this number is so high, because there's really no point to being a content creator on Facebook unless you're in that special program. That's probably the best reason why I can be skeptical about it. Why be a Facebook streamer if you need to stay in the special streamers program just to have 1080-60 and transcoding? Otherwise, you're stuck at 720-30. That's the thing. So, with that in mind, when you factor that in, and you think about the lack of inclusivity with something like that, where the only streamers that are going to be successful on Facebook are the ones in this program, because otherwise their content's going to look like garbage, because of how elitist this is with the Level Up program and all of these features that should be baseline that are tied to being in this program and staying in this program, where is the motivation to stream on Facebook? So, if you have people that are not motivated to stream on Facebook because of these policies, is that ballooning this number? Is this number way higher than it otherwise would be? And the other question I have is, in terms of what's involved in this number, is this number high because Facebook is growing? And that's where we get into this other article that I have in my browser here. So let's get the Facebook-y stuff off of there and just keep the Level Up program on screen. We're going to talk about the Boston Consulting Group's Matrix from this article on Business to You. Let's add it to the Twitter spree. businesstoyou.com/BCG-matrix. This should have a picture, right? All right, let's put this in here. Oh, okay, that's weird. Maybe it's broken. Reload the page. Is Twitter coming up with that? Oh, okay, it pulled one. It's just going to take a while for it to populate. Okay. So, the Boston Consulting Group Matrix. We're going back to my formal business background now. We are definitely going back to business school here. The Boston Consulting Group Matrix is used for product management. It looks at market growth versus market share in terms of where the money is coming from in what product lines that you have. And it's this graphic specifically that I want to focus on. So, they go into detail on Samsung's product portfolio. They even have YouTube videos. So, I have this article in the Twitter spree, so you can click over and watch these videos and look at these graphics for yourself. But the big thing I want to look at is this. This is the Boston Consulting Group Matrix for the 4 kinds of products that any company can have in its portfolio. So you have your market growth over here, and you have your market share over here. The new stuff and the unproven stuff is a question mark. When it catches on and it starts growing, it becomes a rising star. When it stops growing but still makes tons of money, it's a cash cow. These are the established products that you've come to know that are making plenty of money for the companies that sell them. And if things go into decline or things start getting worse, that's when you get to the dogs. And the dogs, you have to ask what to do about them to get them back to here or here. You really can't go from here to here too much unless you make like a new product or something that is unproven based on the old product that's in decline. Or you could exit stage whatever and divest. So, when it comes to streaming platforms, where does everybody fit in these boxes? What is unproven? Nobody really knows if it'll amount to anything yet. I think that's Mixer at this point. The rising stars would be Facebook and maybe YouTube. The cash cow would be the king of the category, Twitch, maybe YouTube as well. But there's more that YouTube could do to be more competitive versus Twitch. So I would actually consider YouTube to be a rising star alongside Facebook. And for dogs, who knows? But again, just like with their numbers, if you're in this category, you got to ask yourself why, because that'll give you a much better answer than, oh, it's on the move, it's on the rise, it's on this, it's on that. So when we talk about Facebook, the transcoding thing is not only a deterrent to a new streamer going over there versus just going to YouTube and getting full transcoding right off the bat as they try and grow their audience, then maybe move to another platform later. But it also represents a deterrent to staying on the platform if you get kicked out of the Level Up program for whatever reason. And here's the thing to worry about with all of this. With any of these systems that are based on algorithms or automated systems, the technology could mess up. And you could lose your channel or your partnership status or whatever because of a technical glitch. And if you appeal, now the company has to decide to investigate it in order for you to have any chance of getting back into the swing of things. So again, I question this number, this 113. I think it's higher than it should be. And if you factored out the systemic problems with Facebook gaming, it would probably be closer to YouTube.